Hey everyone, welcome to this absolutely mind-bending journey. Today, right, we're diving into something just, wow, it's epic. The legend of Atlantis' lost civilization. You know, that story by the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, it's been kindling wonder and sparking debates for centuries. So was Atlantis a real deal or just a brilliant metaphor? Let's plunge deep into history and unravel the secrets of this mysterious civilization. Ready for this wild ride? Let's roll. Okay, so Atlantis, that mythical island that Plato, yeah, that guy, he just turned our world upside down with it in Timaeus and Acritus. Imagine this, a colossal naval empire just dominating the Western world like a formidable rival to the Achaemenid Empire. Plato used this tale, right, as this wild allegory about pride and the ideal state. But then get this, after a showdown with ancient Athens, Atlantis whoosh sinks into the Atlantic. How crazy is that? Let's dive a bit deeper, shall we? We're talking Plato's dialogues here. These bad boys suggest that Solon,
Yep.
that famous guy, stumbled upon the Atlantis story in Egypt around 500, 580 BC. And Plato, he just drops this bomb, and Timaeus is written in 360 BC, and bigger than Libya in Asia, smack in the middle of the Atlantic. That's huge, right? And it just gets your mind racing. Here's where it gets super wild. Critias, Plato's student, spills the beans on this massive face-off like 9,000 years before his time. Right outside the Pillars of Hercules, aka the Strait of Gibraltar, the Atlanteans, oh, they were on a conquest spree, taking over Libya, Europe, you name it, until, bam, the Athenians show up. They lead this epic struggle against the Atlantean Empire, and as allies fall away, they stand tall, freeing the oppressed. What a story, huh? Now, Plato's Atlantis, it's been a hot topic, stirring up both controversy and fascination. Some reckon it's all Plato flexing his storytelling muscles, you know, mixing older myths. Others think, hey, maybe he drew from real events, like the Athenian invasion of Sicily or the disaster, and some point to stuff like their eruption or the Trojan War. Regardless, Plato's Atlantis, it just keeps us dreaming, lodged firmly in our collective imagination. Okay, hold up. Let's talk theories, folks. First off, some say Atlantis was this massive mid-Atlantic continent that just poof, sank into the ocean. Ignatius Donnelly back in 1882 was like, these ancient folks were too simple to figure out stuff like metallurgy and agriculture on their own. He thought Atlantis was real, right where Plato said, just outside those Pillars of Hercules. But you know, modern science kind of throws a bit of cold water on that idea. And then get this, the Bermuda Triangle theory. Yeah, that spooky place where ships and planes just vanish. So Charles Berlitz in the 70s claimed Atlantis was real and chilling near the Bahamas and got swallowed by the Bermuda Triangle. They even found these underwater formations near Bimini, but turns out they're just natural beach rock stuff. Wild, right? Next up, how about Atlantis being, wait for it, Antarctica. Charles Hapgood was like 12,000 years ago. Earth's crust did a little shimmy, and boom, temperate Atlantis becomes icy Antarctica. Imagine a whole civilization just frozen in time. Einstein even wrote the foreword to Hapgood's book. But yeah, plate tectonics theory kind of puts a damper on this one too. Here's a curveball. Some think the Atlantis story is actually about the Black Sea flood. And around 5,600 BC, the Mediterranean broke into the Black Sea, flooding everything. So the idea goes, people spread this tale of a massive flood, which Plato eventually jazzes up into the Atlantis story, a historical game of telephone, huh? Last but not least, there's the Minoan theory, the Minoans, right? Flourishing on Crete and Thera were Europe's first big shots in civilization. But then around 1600 BC, massive earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, total disaster. Some think this might be the real life Atlantis Plato was hinting at. Talk about history's twists and turns. So there you have it, folks. The swirling mystery of Atlantis. Was it Plato's creative genius at play or a lost chapter from our ancient past? Most historians and scientists are leaning towards team fiction here. No concrete evidence yet, despite all our cool tech. But hey, who doesn't love a good mystery, right? Thanks for joining me in unraveling the tales and theories of Atlantis. Oh, and don't wander off too far. Part 2 is coming up where we'll dive even deeper. Who knows what we'll uncover next? Stay tuned, stay curious, and as always, keep the spirit of adventure alive. Catch you in the next wave of our Atlantis saga.